Hello everyone, another FIA practice. Hello everyone in the chat, by the way. Alistair, Sage, Comics, Ryan, Jim, Tom. It seems like everyone so far. Right, we're gonna do both races again. I'm absolutely shattered because I was watching some Netflix thing on, obviously Netflix, last night, and I literally just kept putting it on and on and on, another one. I'm absolutely shattered. I've had like about 4 hours sleep. I'm literally drifting now, but we're gonna try and do try and get 2 practices from each in again. Now, the Mercedes is definitely better. I went on the time trial quickly. Literally went on within a couple of laps. Managed to beat my Porsche lap. It's not. I mean, I could push it more, but did like a 54.0. But I don't really want to use the Mercedes because I think everyone's going to use it. This season doesn't mean anything. It's not like we. I think I'm going to stick with the Porsche and get more practice with the Porsche because I think a lot of people are going to use the Mercedes tomorrow. So use something a bit different. I think I'm just going to stick with the Porsche for Nations. We're starting with Atomics. We're going to start with Nations and then do Manufacturer at the end again, but probably make sure we do 2 practices on Manufacturer. Although, saying that though, I mean, the problem with doing Manufacturer practices, we only end up with about 4 people in the race by the end because everyone quits. This is the thing that makes me laugh about wet weather. I knew this would happen as well because it's the same when we did wet weather races on Project Cars. Like, people complain about wanting wet weather, and when it comes down to it, people can't drive in it, so they just quit. It's the same story every time. It's literally every game. It's the same. People say, "Oh, we need weather and all this," and then no one plays it when it's there anyway. It should be interesting for the FIA races though. Yeah, I like the rain. We need to change that to recent. DOP is on. Tuning. Real. Just checking all these settings. Real. Seems okay. Let me just save them settings over that. Just so again for this race tonight, it's going to be the same. Yesterday, S-rated SR and B-rated on your driver rating to try and keep these races fairly close, and try and keep it as close as we can because it's. And I want to test strategy tonight, so I want quite competitive lobby so that we can see where the pit stops are going to bring you out and stuff. No, I'm not doing 80 rated because we still need to let some people in the lobby. Can't restrict it too much. Just check this. Okay. Okay. There you go. Right, let's create this lobby. Feel free to join. This isn't A+, is it? Have I done A+? It's B, isn't it? I didn't leave it on A+, did I? I'm pretty sure it was B rated to get in. If it's A+, I'll change it. We're doing both. We're doing both. Oh, okay, Ryan. No, it's because my saved one was on A+, Ryan. So I thought I'd loaded it up and not changed it. That was the only reason. That is the right one. I'm gonna go Porsche, even though, like I say, the Merc was definitely better in time trial when I tried it out. It's so stable, but I'm just gonna stick. I think everyone's gonna go the Merc tomorrow, so we're gonna be a bit different and use the Porsche. So I presume, is everyone going to do manufacturers tomorrow, or a lot of people going to leave it out? I reckon, I've got a feeling some people are not going to bother with manufacturer tomorrow. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to skip it. It makes me laugh, but I can't wait for the daily race to be wet weather and just see how many people just don't bother, because you've got to learn it. That's the thing. You've got to get used to it because there's going to be races in it, and I enjoy driving it. Once you're used to it, I really enjoy the challenge of the wet. So again, we'll have a little warm-up and then we'll go straight into qualifying. Ah. That corner's so awkward when you don't get it to bite him. Brake's a bit too late then. Ah, ran wide through there, but oh well. Pretty shit lap, but just trying to get back into the rhythm of the track really. Ooh, missed the apex there. Need to stop lifting through there. Need to go turn in later. It's just trying to train yourself to make sure that you turn in later. Pain in the arse. Oh, this lap is awful. So I think you're going to see a lot of Mercedes being used in this race, especially from the people that use, like, if Storm does this, I don't know if he will. I'm not sure everyone's going to bother doing this season though, because I don't think it means anything, if I'm honest. From what people are saying, they don't think it's actually going to be any sort of qualification to any sort of World Tour event, but it's not confirmed that yet or not. There's no confirmation of that, but from what I've heard, it doesn't seem like there will be. Yeah, Porsche's okay here. It's just, it's not as good as Mercedes. You'll see in top, I predict that more than half the field will be in Mercedes tomorrow in the top split race. Yeah, the Merc feels really good. But again, this isn't this doesn't mean anything this season, so I'm not gonna I'm gonna try the Porsche. I'm gonna stick with the Porsche because that's the car I want to try and start getting the most out of, so I might as well race it for this as well. As a penalty, but you went with Mazda. Yeah, I mean, I might change if depending on like how often we can change with manufacturer. If it's every season, I'll probably go to something different again. I just don't know if they're going to make you stick with a manufacturer or not. Yeah, the Mazda, the Atenza's okay, but the Group 4 car is going to suffer with tyre wear, obviously. We'll start this qualifying in a minute anyway. Trying to keep an eye on that tyre wear, it seems so... I mean, I wasn't really looking after tyres then, I was just... Yeah, I still can't get over the Citroen. I have, like, I know that, yeah. Someone else knows about, has known about Citroen for a while, and they might be going, I'm not going to say who, but Calstil might have a bit of competition if that person does go Citroen. Let's start this qualifying anyway. It's a lobby 4, by the way. I think it is, isn't it? Can't really tell by the track map, but we'll start it anyway. Trying to see if the lobby's okay. It looks okay. You forget to join. House is in Citroen. But this race isn't obviously manufacturer. This is whatever. In this one, I don't know what Kals is driving in. The Beetle. That's an didn't think of trying the Beetle out. Interesting choice by WDP. Is it still pop? Is people still getting issues in the pits? Alpha. I do know that. Aren't Alpha? Isn't Alpha getting a BOP change? I believe. I'm gonna do another lap of burning fuel here. I think the Group 3 car is getting a 1% power boost. Yeah, I'll be doing manufacturer of it after this, obviously. I mean, I don't know how. The problem I think the Porsche might have. I think it's okay in qualifying. I just don't know if it'd be interesting to see, because I don't think people are going to practice this as hard as they did the official season. So it'd be interesting to see if qualifying is a little bit slower than it was when we did it in the official season. So burn fuel and then get base lap in, then burn fuel, and I think burn for 2 laps possibly. I don't know. Maybe I should have burned for another lap before pitting. Maybe I've done this the wrong way. Yeah, this isn't a hacky technique at all. I mean, let's be brutally honest, it's not hacky because everyone does it. This is how it is. We all want them to change the fuel, but we don't know what they're doing for qualifying yet. So until we know, we can't. We're gonna do this. Everyone in top split will do this, because if you don't, you sacrifice a 10th or 2, which could be the difference between P3 and P15. It literally is that close on top split. I don't think it's a hacky technique though. It's just burning fuel. It'd be like someone in real life just going around like first gear like this, just close the limiter. I know, like, you'd break the engine, but we haven't got damage on anyway, so it doesn't really make much difference. Kinda, yeah, I need to do a lap here, don't I? So get some heat in the tyres. We don't know what they're going to do for qualifying yet. We don't know if they've changed it. Let's just wait and see. I haven't seen anything that like shows us what they're going to actually do qualifying like. And let's try and get a decent lap in. Or I say decent, just a base lap. I hesitated getting on the throttle. I wasn't... Ah, no! Ah, what a dick. I've messed that corner up. Ah! No! Missed the apex! Ah! We'll be well in the 54s tomorrow though. It shouldn't really be an issue to get 54s. That lap was so shit. I mean, that had at least half a second left in it, that. And that's without being low, like as low as we can go on fuel. Oh shit! I was reading the chat. Really wiped him out. It's alright, mate. I wasn't on a lap. I was reading the chat. Your legs turn into spaghetti. You don't need to be getting nervous on. I mean, like, I understand where you come from in a way, because I remember when I first started iRacing, it was quite nervous. But once you do more races, you kind of just... The only time I've been a bit nervous recently has been when I was leading at Interlagos. I must admit, I was getting not nervous, but I had there was a bit of pressure like on me for that one, but I wasn't nervous. I think it's just a bit of adrenaline, to be fair. Like, you're bound to get a bit of adrenaline. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, I was just getting a boner. I need to get a decent lap in with a low fuel for a change, because this Porsche feels like it should be doing 54.5s. Minimum, really. See you later, Jim. We'll do another race, Firestorm. So if you join now, you'll be able to get in. If you can get in, we'll be doing another race. And we'll be doing manufacturer testing as well. Also, are you in GTR? I don't know if you'll be. I don't know if you're going to want to do manufacturer testing, because I imagine the Nissan being a little bit tricky to drive in the wet. I haven't driven it obviously, but I can just imagine it being a little bit hard. Right, let's start getting some heat in these tyres. But that's the corner. Need to get that corner much better. Alright. No worries, Fight. I mean, we'll do this race and we'll be doing it again anyway. Trying to give myself a bit of space that car up front. Again, I pussied out of getting on the throttle. That corner again, I've got to get that right. No! Messed that up. Idiot. Again, not a very good lap, but let's see what we can get it. It's not. There's so much more potential with that Porsche. Like, it needs to be getting 54.5s really. House is still running. I knew he would do that. Arsehole. That's kind of ruined the strategy I wanted to try out with this, because we've got quite a decent lobby in. Pardon me. Yeah, I didn't really get the lap in again, but keep making errors on that on the fast chicane in the middle sector. Also on what other one? I haven't done any time trial on the Porsche today. I've only done Mercedes. I did the Mercedes lap, which is the Mercedes was faster, so I'm still using Porsche though, because I think everyone's going to be a Mercedes. Well, look, I mean, look at everyone in the Mercedes now, so I think I'm just going to use Porsche just to be a bit different. How times have changed on GT. Remember when everyone would be in Porsche? Now it's the Mercedes is pretty much the dominant car. Yeah, I think the Mercedes is definitely the better the car for hot lapping and for race, but I think the Porsche can compete. That's the main thing. I've just got to try and look after the rear tyres. That's where the issue could come in. Oh, Carlson looking a bit rough through there then. He's braking in the middle. What's he doing braking there? I don't know if that was lag or braking. I can't really work it out. He seems so slow through here. Why is he slowing there that much? Is he lagging or is that... What's he doing? Needs to get past. I think he's lagging, to be fair. Oh, I didn't touch him. There was no contact on my end, but unless I think he's lagging, you know. Unless he binned it on the curb. Possibly binned it on the curb. Oh, what is going on behind me there? Yeah, I think you were lagging. You kept lagging in the corners as well, Calster. Nearly binned it. That slipstream being 1.3 seconds is a pain in the arse. Look at that. Every time you go through the corners, I nearly break it. But then he just gets back in it because of the power of the Merc. Might be a penalty that, but I'll take it. So far, I can report that putting the brake, I've put a different brake mod on, and it feels very nice. I feel like the tyres are lasting way better than yesterday. I've got my T3PA Pro mod on, the one with just a sponge in it, and it's working better. I've got it on like the weakest setting, which it kicks in about 70% brake pressure. So it just enables me to just not squeeze that brake pressure too hard. I think I'm too aggressive on brakes, and that's why I'm bad on tyre wear. So I think it's going to help me in terms of tyre wear using that mod. It's not aggressive how I've done the mod, Phil. It's really light. It hardly feels any different, to be honest. It's just enough just to give me a bit of control towards the end of the brake. We're not going to refuel. We got more fuel than Mac as well, which is good. Yeah, gamer, very well, thank you. Oops, did that corner wrong, totally wrong. That's just messed up that sector, but... Need to keep him out of the slipstream so that he can't save fuel. So I might push a bit. Yeah, one stop. That corner's so tricky when you don't hit the apex. Where's Mac gone? No, I'm fuel saving, mate. I'm just just keeping it like on track for basically the laps, really. You rev the nuts out of the Porsche if you want to go fast. This brake mod is helping my tyre wear, 100%. It's because I've got such a heavy foot with braking, that's why I've always wanted to get load cells. But this brake mod might help me out quite a bit on this game. Because it's not really aggressive, the one I've put on. It's just a little bit of added pressure for at the end of the range. So it's just restricting it a tad, which is helping me not hit that 100% brake a little bit better. Just looking after the tyres, really. It's the T3PO Pro pedal mod. There's two. You get two with the T3PA Pros. It's not the one that's like a cylinder. It's the other one. It's the one with like the two square like sponge pieces in it. I've just put that really high up. I'll show you on the camera if I can in a bit. I've put it a setting where it basically isn't active very much. It's only activating at about 70% throttle. I mean 70% braking. I think I can use a bit more fuel up here. No, I don't. They haven't. You have to use both. No, I don't think you have to use both compounds in nations. No, that's not what I've not seen anything saying that. I'll have to check. If that is the case, then that's interesting. Is that real, Stephen? Because if that is, that's going to totally change what we're doing here. Yeah, it's got the spring in it, yeah. I'm interested. That's good if they have. Holy shit, really? That's crazy. Oh shit, that's quality. Oh, I like it. I like it. Oh, that's gonna make it even better. Oh crap, what do you do? That's so interesting, that. I like it. Good job you've told us that so we can practice a race with them settings. Ryan, have you heard the news, apparently, that we've got to use both set of tyres for this race? They're going to probably do that in manufacturer as well, which will be interesting. Man, they're starting to listen to the community. I like it. I really like it. Yeah, and this, man, it sounds interesting. Go and have a look on the menu if you can. I might... That's what someone's just come into the stream and said. Whether it's true, I mean... I haven't confirmed it, but apparently it's just been updated 19 minutes ago. No, you won't have to use inters in the rain because they're undrivable. I really like that. If they can do that into the races, why aren't they making it compulsory and an option for that in like open lobbies then? If they've got the ability to do that, why not? It's stuff like that that kind of pisses me off, because I think you've got the ability there. Why not give us that ability in like public lobbies so we can have more fun with racing? Because that is such a good idea. I love that they can do that. But why haven't we done this already? That means we're going to have to practice with the hard tyres a bit. So the Porsche can run 8 laps definitely on the mediums. But at what point will the hards be faster? That's the interesting part. One thing I noticed with this Porsche is, like, one, it doesn't like being in dirty air, and two, it doesn't like to be overdriven. If you just keep it smooth, it looks after the tyres so much better. Whereas if you try and, like, drive it really aggressive and get the most out of it, it tends to chew the tyres up. But if you just drive it, look to be smooth, you still get the lap time, but it looks after the tyres so much better. I mean, this go could have been so much faster. I've not really been concentrating since Mac obviously disconnected. Manufacturers as well. Do you have to? They can't force you to use inters in manufacturer, because the track's undrivable in inters. It's not even like drive. If they've done that, that's probably one of the stupidest things they've ever done. It might be just for dry races in manufacturer, that. I can't see them forcing it for wet races, because they don't have a dynamic track. Alright, it says it's not all rounds. Yeah, okay, there you go. There's your answer. I've been saving too much fuel here as well. Oh, don't re-chat. No, I think it's a one-stop in the Porsche, like, comfortably as well, so you don't need to put any fuel in as well, which is good. Tyre requirements is none for both races tomorrow. Oh, okay, so I don't get it. So they're not doing it yet, or... Okay, I'm really confused. So this race is just any tyres then? This would have been better with that option though, I think, of having to use the harder compound. I know why it's not on for this round. I know why. It's obvious. I mean, you got to think about it. Why is it not on for this round? Because they can't do it yet. There's not been the update yet, has there? They need to update the game to give the ability. So that would have been a 26, that, not a 27. They've got to bring the update out first, which will probably be... Also, it's 10-minute qualifying. Okay, so... So yeah, it'll probably be when the update comes out next week. It'll be the rounds after the update when they've obviously updated the system so that they can make sure that both sets need to be used. That's what they're obviously updating in the game. Yeah, 29-minute race, Joe Miss. It's literally, literally the what when I did that vote on Twitter ages ago about between what was it, 15, 20, like I did 15 or 20 to 25, like the current system, or 20 to 25, or then 30 plus or whatever, or something like that. And it was the majority was around 25 to 30 plus, so it's kind of right in that zone. So it seems like a good little thing that they've done. I love it. It's more strategy. And Jonas, have you seen the other update? I don't know if you've seen yet. What people have said in the chat. Not this race. It's not going to be on because they haven't updated the game yet. But they're going to make it compulsory for both set of tires from in our FIA races. They're obviously adding a thing in there so that you have to use both in races. So it's going to be really interesting how strategy works out now. Being able to, maybe if you start at the back, I'm going to go on hard, and get them out of the way or whatever. It's going to be really interesting. I mean, you don't really need to practice multiple tires because if I'm brutally honest, it's not hard to get used to the hards and the mediums. It takes about 3 laps just to. All you do is carry a little less speed, basically. Yeah, Carl, it sounds good what they're doing, and that's obviously why it's not on for this round. So you can use any tyre in this round, but that's because they need to update the game first. So once the update's out in the game, probably next week, I'm hoping they're going to give us that option in open lobbies, though, because that could make open lobbies really good fun. Nah, yeah, I'm doing these FIAs because they look really good. I mean, this one's not going to have compulsory tyres on, but it's a 29-minute race. It's what we've wanted, and it's either a 1 or a 2 stop. You can do a 2 stopper on this, and it can work. No, you won't want to use hard and soft because what people would do is they'll just run 2 sets on the soft and then just do 1 lap on the hard. They'd literally just pit because the pit lane's so short now. They need to bridge that gap on the tyre compounds as well, which I'm hoping they're going to do with an update. I think this, man, that it'll be after the update, won't it? Because there'll be an update with either. I presume Spa's going to come in the next update, and then the one after maybe Tokyo, or they might release both together. We might get Spa and Tokyo wet in one update. It's possible. Maybe we'll get that update. What day are we on now? So it'll be next week, won't it? So what day? I would think it'll be next Wednesday. Would it be the 20? When will that be? The 24th? Will it be next Wednesday? I think something like that. Oh, I really like this. If that's how they're going, that's really good news. I'm gonna actually have a little look on my phone now and go on the website. All right, unless there's an update coming out on this week at some point. Pardon me. Let's have a little look on this. Yeah, there's no tyre thing this race, Antomics. Apparently, it's got. They need to update the game to have it in the game, don't they? So that's understandable. But how good is this? Like they're finally starting to listen to what we want. Yeah. That's all they needed to do was just listen and give us these options. It's going to make the racing so much better. It's like not even iRacing doesn't have anything like that with multiple compounds, and they only have 1 compound tyre on iRacing. And the fact that we can force it as a pit stop and have force multiple compounds, that's going to be really good. Gran Turismo. Go onto the UK website. The pit is bugged, is it? Okay, we'll change that. I'll change the 1 minute. Right, let's have a little look on this. Yeah, longer races, and we've just had that information as well, which sounds even better to be. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I need to change the qualifying, don't I? So yeah, so it's a 10-minute qualifying. That I wonder if they're going to do something with. Does it mention about fuel burn, like anything to do with improving the fuel burning? Like what? Are they going to take fuel out? Yeah, I would think it would be. Would it be a stop and go, or even maybe a 10-second penalty or something like that? I would think it'd have to be big enough to. It'd have to be enough to ruin your race. So it'd be minimum maybe 15 seconds, 20 seconds. I would think. Now let's have a little look at this news. Why does this not update on this one? I have to go to the other one, the UK one, because it's not updated on that on my phone. It's off. On the official website, it'll be on here. This is how I found out about the lobbies, the races being longer. Right, let's click on this here now. Go full list. Why is it not showing up on this? No, I can't find it on here. Oh no, it's not 10 laps, Calcer, sorry. That's supposed to be the qualifying. Funny. Right. Is that how long it is? 40 seconds? Yeah, that would need to be the case though, because if it's a half an hour race and you use 2 sets of softs, you could end up gaining like 15 to 20 seconds just by doing that, rather than going, well, maybe 10 seconds. So it's got to be something like it's going to ruin your race if you do it. You've got to go back in the pits and do it again and pit. The only problem I've got though is with how shit the hards are and how short the pit stops are now. Will it not be faster to just do softs, jump in the final lap, change sides to hards? That's my only reservation. Is it's surely going to be faster because the pit lanes are only like 5 second stops now, and if you're doing 7 laps on softer tires, you're going to be gaining more than 7 seconds. So you just do soft, last lap pit hards. That's my only problem, unless they're going to change the gap between the tires. That's a big issue for me. I need to go for a wee before. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. They need to make the pits longer again, or they need to bridge the gap between the tires so that there needs to be like 3 or 4 tenths difference between each tires, because all that's going to happen, I predict, if it stays as it is now, is, for example, this race, you would literally just do 7 laps on the softs, hit another 7 laps on the softs, because them 7 laps over hard, the harder tyre would be about 10 seconds faster. Then pit on lap 14, put the hard tyres on, and you're done. You've gained what, 3 seconds, something like that. Yeah, but they'd have to make it like a 3 lap minimum on hards, I think, or something like that. Or maybe have a pit window where you can't pit on the first 3 laps or the last 3 laps. That could be like a pit window thing, so that you can't pit until lap 3, like they do in some racing series do that. So you can't pit until lap 3, and you can only pit up to like the end of say lap 12. So it would get rid of that. I'm gonna go for a wee. Ugh. Yeah, that's been an issue for ages though, that Jonas. I mean, like, we've been talking about the issue with the tyres being too far away for like how long? And it takes a World Tour event for them to realise that. That's my problem with Polyphony, is like, we can tell them something's wrong with the game, but they won't listen. It literally takes them to see it in a World Tour event to realise, and that's where Polyphony's issue is, in my opinion. They need to be more aware that we know the issues with the game. Yeah, but SVDR, the problem is though, like, FIA, fair enough for daily races, I agree with you there. But for FIA, it's an FIA competition. It needs to be structured around the World Tour events. So they're the drivers that are going to be showcasing it at the World Tour. So they need to structure FIA races, not daily races. I think daily races can be structured differently to accommodate the majority, I say. But FIA, I think, should be structured in a different way. Right, let's the phone. And you had it before, didn't you? I hope downstairs is tidy. You gonna go and brush your teeth? What's the matter? You hurt your back? You've just come in fine asking for your phone. You can't just start crying. Well, I'll come and see. 1 minute. Don't wait. Okay, bye. Got it. Right, back. Right, let's have a little warm up again. We need to do a race, don't we, so we can do a manufacturer test again? Might have to just do one manufacturer race again. To be honest, I don't tend to write anything. If I say it on a video, because I'm sure the odd person who works at Polyphony might watch some streams and watch some videos. So I try and be quite vocal on videos and streams so that the point's put across. People think it's like moaning, but at the end of the day, if you don't bring the issues up, nothing gets resolved. If you keep on and on and on, eventually they kind of have to listen to what you're saying. No, Romius, it's good. It's good news, Romius, mate. It's good news. That's why we're talking about it. It's good. They're bringing in multiple compounds for FIA, so you're forced to use multiple compounds. They seem to be listening to all the suggestions that we've been making. The only thing is that we say about it though, it's good news, but they need to do something about the tyres, because we know what will happen. Like, it would 100%. We know if it stays the way it is, everyone will just do like 2 stops and pit and do 1 lap on the hard tyre. That's the only issue. Oh, what am I doing there? They're probably going to experiment with the settings during the exhibition and then just obviously get it right for the finals. Oh, I'm not even driving this lap very well. Nah, if I'm brutally honest, someone like, say for example this race, you might be able to pit 2 laps. Yeah, you could possibly do it for 2 laps. It might work because the hards will probably be able to do late 56s, low 57s. So you might, yeah, you possibly would. Yeah, it might work, to be fair. Tubby is. So what car is Firestorm driving, by the way? Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I've got the I've just had Super GT. Why did that not come up on my chat? That's a strange one. Super GT donated £2 for Super Chat. Thank you very much, mate. Oh yeah, them sticker things, mate. They're a waste of time. You don't see them on Streamlabs. You only see them in the you only see them if you're watching the preview, but who watches the preview screen? I mean, but thank you very much, Super GT, mate. I appreciate it. Are you looking forward to? Have you seen the new info, by the way? The we've got some more good news with regards to FIA. They're gonna force the tire change for this FIA season, so that like you've got to use both tires now. But I don't think the problem we think about it is like the hard tire issue. They need to do something to like counter that. This season's gonna probably be one of the, like, once they get all the settings right, it could be perfect FIA, I think. Did Antomix copy his name? Yeah, none of these races won't be no stopper. You can actually 2-stop this one if you want, but it's looking like a 1-stopper with a bit of fuel saving. Like, the way it is now, though, what I kind of like about these races is, it kind of means you don't have to do daily racing as much, because I'm going to be brutally honest, I don't mind doing daily races when it's a good combo, but when it's not the best, you kind of just get bored of them. Romeus donated £4.99 through Super Chat. How do you fix the issue of drivers deciding who goes to World Tour like it happened in the top 16 race? Nah. There's more to that, though. There's a lot of history between them drivers. However, I do kind of agree that something does need to be done about that. And like, the simple thing is they need to put it in the rules that there can be no like race fixing. Basically, there can be no, like, it 100% happened. It was deliberate. We know that, and I just think they just need to clarify it in the rules. Make it like so. We know that if there is any proof of fixing results or any evidence, then yeah, disqualification from now on. They can't do it in the past because there was nothing in the rules. But it would be hard to work out, though, because what happens if you're in an esports team with someone else? Say, for example, you've got like Carl Williams and myself are both in the same esports team. Say he's there in P2. I'm not qualified, but he needs to get P1 to win, and I let him go through on a corner. Do I then get disqualified? It's a hard one. Yeah, I know the history, Ryan, but what people need to remember is, and like, there's history with regards to a lot of people. Like, Afo's no saint. on old games like Project Cars, so I know a lot of, like, stuff from Project Cars as well. I was in the a lot of competitions when there was a lot of issues between them both, like both teams, and there's a lot between them both, to be fair. So I don't get involved with that side of it. That's for them to sort out. I'm not really interested in it. But yeah, it's hard. I don't know how you do it. Would you disqualify drivers for letting a teammate through? I think it's a bit hard to do. I don't know how you'd police it. Yeah, I've not touched the dailies races this week. The shit. We need, like, I don't know who else agrees with this, but with this current structure of FIA, I think, and how excited people are to run it, why not add a new daily race D, with FIA settings with real qualifying? So no time trial, so we don't have to sit there sweating a time trial for like hours and hours. We just go into the lobby like FIAs every 2 hours. Say we don't have to be every hour, just every 2 hours, and there's a 10-minute qualifying and a 30-minute race. I think that would be so popular. I reckon that would be more popular than any other race on the daily races. Alright, let's start this qualifying. I haven't really warmed up, but oh well. Oh god, pardon me, apologies. Right, let's start this. So everyone's in that Merc. I'm just sticking with the Porsche. I like the way the Porsche is feeling around here. Especially now I've put that little brake mod on. Seems to be looking after the tyres a bit better. Oh, Sander, mate. Yeah. Hit the like button for more burps. That was only a water burp, that. If I had Coke, then the proper ones would come out. I breathe motorsport, Jomas. I don't think Mercedes do that, Anton, mate. I mean, like Bottas is not ahead of Hamilton because he's not performed as well. There's nothing more to that. By the way, Romeus, mate, thank you very much for that donation as well, mate. I appreciate that. I was answering the question for a bit. I've totally forgot to thank you for that donation. But yeah. Bottas is just not as fast as Hamilton, like, overall and consistent. Like, I think the thing with Hamilton is he will pressure someone. He doesn't. He's relentless. He will just keep at it. Bottas gets within, like, it was funny when I was watching that Monza race. You could see what he was grabbing. He was going to get within a second and then make a mistake, and he just kept doing it. I was literally like hands in my head, like, what are you doing, Bottas? No, Benson, well, this is the last race for Nations, and then we go on to we're gonna do a manufacturer race where we'll end up with 4 people at the end because everyone quits because no one likes driving in the wet. Bottas is not a slow driver, but you got to be fair though. I think if you put there's probably like 8 or 10 drivers in F1. If you put in the top team, they'll be in the top 3 because the car will do a lot of the work. Obviously, the skills comes into it, but I think I'm gonna. No, I'm not gonna do that. What am I doing? I'm gonna go for 1 lap. Risky, but why not? Yeah, the karting view, the videos, I like them. I'd love to be able to kart. I just don't know. I can't afford it. Don't really have the time either, to be fair. I like the camera you use as well for the karting videos, to be fair. The solid white line, yeah. Let's let this car go through here. Where is he? Jesus. So what we need to get, we're looking for what? A one... We're saying that the fuel's going to be different now, isn't it? So that's why I'm just going to burn fuel. We still need 54s. 54 point... A 54.8 is definitely there, even with like medium fuel. Everything's better when wet. Dawn went Toyota, really? Well, that's I'm surprised at that. That makes me think the Lightning might go with Mercedes, you know. Yeah, but was that saying that? Yeah, that'll be a 10-minute qualifying, won't it? Yeah, we're not up to speed yet in here. I can do a 54.5, a 54.5. I've just literally messed up every lap so far. But Giorgio's rapid round here, so. And I'm guessing you're in the Mercedes or are you in the Porsche? Like, I'm not... I know the Mercedes is a bit better, I think, in terms of the hot lap pace, but... You're in the M6. Interesting. I don't like the M6, so I won't be using that. Isn't that a bit shit for the racer with the fuel, though? Like, do you have to refuel at the pit stop, Benson? Yeah, I don't need to refuel. I just do a bit of short shifting and no fuel needed on a one stop on the mediums in the Porsche. See, the two stops too risky. Like we were talking about this before. The problem with a two stop is it's only a 6-second loss or whatever in the pits, but 6 seconds in top split could be 10 places, 9 places, especially pitting lap 4 or 5. You could lose like 8 or 9 places and then you're not going to get to use the fresh tyres. So I think the safer bet's just to stay on the one-stop strategy, really. I don't think it's the fastest strategy, but the only way you could do a two-stop, I think, is if you qualify and pole. It might be more fun, but you won't find it fun when you're stuck behind people with shit tyres that want to defend and... Nah. I don't think that'll be fun. I might try it if we get into a like awkward situation with qualifying or whatever. We'll just have a bit of a laugh, but no, Lightning doesn't believe there's a World Tour prize from this season. I asked Lightning and he said he doesn't think so, but he's not 100% sure. I need to get a move on here. Just rammed them out of the way. Yeah, you can't. That's a problem with me because I'm going the Porsche as well. It doesn't really have the straight line speed to do any sort of overtaking, so it's a better bet to go the Porsche one stop for me. Just got time here to... No, but the old exhibition seasons were qualified for the World Tour event, so that's why he's asking. Oh, this is awkward. I need to give myself a gap, but I'm not. I know I've got time, but I need a gap on the track. What's up? Oh, we need. That's. Yeah, this is why I'm using the Porsche and not the Mercedes, because I want to just. I can't be bothered just following what everyone else is going to use. Although, I think they're like Benson said, there's going to be Porsches, Audis, BMWs, Mercedes, and the thing why this could be good, because I think people see that with this longer race, it opens up options for certain cars to two-stop. Roadblock, no stop. I mean, you can. It won't be a roadblock. It'll be an ice block because you'll be just sliding everywhere. Oh, I need some clean air here. Ferrari's really strong around here, but yeah, I don't know about tyre wear, but you could maybe go for the two-stopper. Oh, come on! I haven't got time to wait. Go. Give me space. Come. This is a bit of pressure, this, because I haven't set a lap, but oh well. Wow, who's knocked the brake marker out there? Backed off the throttle again. No, you twat! Oh my... Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Ah, messed the end of the lap up, but oh well. This would have been a 54, quite a comfortable one as well. I'm so annoyed at that. That would have been a... I think that was heading for a 54.7 or something. Ah. Crap. That, I mean, how much time I lost with them two mistakes, but... I know I just want to get... That was 3 temps up on Firestorm's lap, and I had the final sector still to go. And I think the Porsche, it's not strong on the straight, but it's stronger through certain other parts of the track. Charge it, charge it. But yeah, I think that was heading for me best lap so far. I thought maybe a 54.6, 7, something like that. At least I know that with a good lap, I can definitely do like I think a 45.5, a 55, a 54.5. Oh my god. Now this is awkward, because I don't like driving in dirty air. The Jackal donated CA279 through Super Chat. Thoughts on this week's daily races? Shit. I don't mind Circuit de la Surf, but not. I mean, it's not a bad track, but I just don't really. I don't particularly enjoy driving there with the OP slipstream, because now that we get a slipstream from about a year back, kind of. I'm not a massive fan of that, but I haven't even done it, so I don't even know. I've not done any of this week's daily racing. Not interested. I'm more interested with these new FIA. They're way more enjoyable. They're going to bring a lot of players back into the game, so that's what I'm going to concentrate on this week. But thank you very much for the donation, though, the Jackal, mate. I appreciate it. Oh, I had to massively get out of that then. Alright, Cal, so I'm there, mate. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ah, get off the throttle a bit then. Oops. Damn, that's gonna have dirty tyres here now. Might have got away with the dirty tyres a bit there. Need to get him out of the slipstream. Oh. Yeah, the brake mod is definitely helping me, 100%. I've got more control in the braking, way more. I got lag then and lost 3 temps through lag. Don't know if anyone saw that. I got a massive bit of lag and went from 2.6 to 2.3. Oh, I messed the line up through there then. Got away with it. I lost a bit of time, but just about got away with it. The Porsche seemed really good in the race. I think that without that brake mod though, I couldn't look after the tyre. As soon as I've got it on, I can control the tyre wear so much more now. No, it's not a load cell. It's just the standard mod you get with the pedals. And I mean the T3PA Pro pedals, not the standard Thrustmaster TGT pedals. Yeah, it's just got to get qualifying sorted, on Thomas. I'm sure I can get, like, as long as I get one race with a decent qualifying, and hopefully. It's just I don't think I'll be able to get pole. That's the problem. I just have to see if I can really work on my qualifying tomorrow. There's going to be like Giorgio and stuff that'll be way faster though, and if Lightning does it and people like that, so. No, they're both compounds is not for tomorrow. It's I believe they've got to update the game to get that into it, if you know what I mean. Rears are starting to feel a little bit worn now. Tank is big boy. If he doesn't get banned, that's the problem. After what he did in that race, I do know that Dayron got completely banned off. His whole console got banned. That was a bit better. The finishing time was better then, 25, and that was starting from P3 and also being stuck in that battle at the start. I had more pace than them at the start, so we should be able to squeeze this down to a 29-20, I think. If obviously you started on pole. They just stopped his they just banned his console from being able to play the games. He can obviously play other games. I think you'll be better in the Citroen, if I'm honest, Cal. So, although my pace yesterday was shocking in the Porsche, that's why I've installed the brake mod. Of what Tenka did, yeah, it's on my channel in the video. Worse than Momo's. Yeah, I mean what's improved for the Porsche for me is the brake mod massively. Like I've just used. Let me see if I can show you. Try something here. Don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera. I'll try. I'll try and let me see if I can show you detail a bit better on the. Might be able to see it. Going to. Might see some dust on this. Dust. that way. Let's just zoom in a bit. So you can't really see the back of it. It's there just behind that brake pedal. There's like a little piece of metal. Let me kind of move, show you. But there's a little piece of it's from the. I'll show you actually. I can show you easier actually. I've got another one. I've got a spare one. I have got one somewhere. Where have I put it? Ah, crap. Don't know where I've put it. Not sure where I've put it. I have got a spare one, but basically it's just two screws that screw in a metal thing with two square sponge things with another spring in it. But I've put it really high up on the end of the brake so that it only literally comes in at about 70%. So I'll show you now on the braking input. I will go on track and I'll show you. Let me just sort this out. Back to it. So obviously we're going to go to manufacturer now and do a race on there. Sorry. Right. I think you should go the Citroen, to be honest, Cal. So your pace was really good in that. Although it's hard to know what that zoomed in. Back on. Go to track. I'll show you where it kicks in now. The brake mod. Right. Will it show you the inputs now? Gosh. Just go back. If I press brake, will it go out the pits? I don't think it will. So, right, I'll show you when it's kicking in. So, not in. That's where it's touching it now. Just touching it about there. Then that is where it's a bit heavier for that last little bit. Basically, last 40% is heavier, but not too heavy. It's just enough to help me protect the brakes, like the tires on braking. It like literally is helping massively. I've done it so that because you're supposed to do it so it kicks in right from the start and it's dead short. So I've put it really high up so that it doesn't come in on the first 50-60%. Right, let's come out of this. I need to load up the wet weather settings. Don't think I've got this already done. Yeah, especially if they're going to introduce the multiple tyres in a race, that's going to be really interesting. So we're only going to have time for one race on this again. Rain 15. I think that is it times 5. The is tyre wear times 5. Can someone just check for me? I can't be bothered loading my phone up. PS3's downstairs in the living room. Mine. The kids play on it on Minecraft, and it's got Sky on it as well. The Sky Go app. Times 3 fuel and times 5. Yeah, so I've got that correct, haven't I? Okay, so let's load this up then. See you later, Etiquette, and I presume you wanted to do the nations practice. Oh yeah, I'll change the tyres, Calster. Do that now. Why don't you want to drive around with racing socks on, or... I mean, why can't I do it? Intermediates. Wait, that's not... Loads of people obviously don't want to do the wet race, look. There's me, Right, so we need to have a little warm-up in here again, because we're only going to get time for one practice race, so again. There's not much to do on this, though. It's a no-stopper. It's... Oh, shit. So we want that on -3. Yeah, mine's 32-inch. Right, that's a Bang. I've got the BenQ 32-inch that they sent me, so... I could technically put another brake mod on the accelerator like I've done on the like the one I've done on the brake. I could actually do that to the accelerator. I wonder if that would... just for throttle control. I might try it out tomorrow just to see what it feels like. You stand up when you play GT. Oh, I couldn't do that. I can't play games standing up. I used to have a 42-inch TV, but then I got the gaming monitor, and now I'm close. All I did was move the... Like, I got a desk so that I could go under it a bit, and now it feels identical to when I was on the bigger telly anyway. Okay, so I've not been on this since last night, so this is going to take a bit of... No, the race is on 4 wets, this one. You have 4 wets. You can't race this on inters, it's horrible. Oh, wheel spin. Hey, what was that penalty for? I'm confused at that. I don't get it. I didn't run that far out wide. That was really weird. Oh, what a dick. Mess this up. No, you don't want to use traction control. So it would have been faster than Calcer, but I got a penalty. We need to be looking at what lap time do we need? Low 45s or even the 44, I think, in qualifying, is it? But we haven't tried it with 10 minutes qualifying yet, so. This lap won't count anyway because the Delta's red. Why am I getting a penalty there every time? What? I don't get it. That's a line I was taking all day yesterday. I didn't get a single penalty. But I'm getting a penalty there. I'm going to have to check this isn't a bug because I'm not going to run as far wide and double check, but yesterday I did that line every lap and wasn't getting no penalties at all. Just rubbish. Oh god. No. I mean, you can use traction control, but it won't help you. I mean, it might help some people, but I very much doubt people in top split will be using traction control. I don't think it does anything really. No, the track line doesn't dry up. It's static. So this stays like this. It doesn't change the weather. Not yet anyway. Seems to be helping the braking into this corner. I'm not running as deep into that corner anymore. Let's just not run wide through here this time. So I'm going to stay there. Look, I'm not even vaguely close to getting off the track limits there. It must just be because I ran wide on that corner. Let's start a lap. And we'll start qualifying after I've done this. I just want to get up to speed with a proper lap. Like, no, there's something not right. That wasn't a penalty. What's going on? That wasn't a penalty. Someone rewind that and just double check, because that wasn't a penalty as far as I'm concerned. Someone rewind that. That was bullshit. What the fuck's going on? Yeah, let's just do. I thought I did change the tyres. I don't think I ran any wider than what. If you watched us yesterday, we were running well wider than that. Right, let's start qualifying anyway. You can cut the corner quite. You can cut the corner quite aggressively. Oh shit. The only area I'm not sure about is, was I wide going into the, like, the right hander? Did I go over the left hand side too much? You okay, Nathan? How are you, mate? Oh? Right, let's I love that I love that he ran me and I've still stayed on track. Let's try that again. Oh, he binned it. Right, let's start this qualifying. Not really a good practice, but oh well, it didn't even get a lap in. I don't know whether it's a fuel burn or not. I'll just put a banker in, then fuel burn. Do a bit in second gear. I don't want people getting in front of me in the wet. Oh, weird understeer them. I think with it just being 10 minutes, it might be just worth just doing laps. I don't. Maybe see if you can get a banker in, and once you've got a banker in, then I've done it again, started wide. That'll be a penalty. I braked quite a bit, so it might have got away with it. Ah, no, you dickhead. That was really bad for you. Oh, thank you. That was horrible through that corner. Might have to abandon this lap. I don't know. We'll just set it just as a banker and then might be able to go again actually. Yes. I'm just giving Calster a slipstream here though, which is not what I want to do. But that Citroen does look very good in the wet though. They've changed something. They have to have done something to the track limits on here because that line was fine yesterday. No issues. I know they can do track limits through server base, but that's just weird. I don't get it. That line, I had no issue doing that yesterday. Even on time trial, I didn't have any issue doing that. Go for another lap and then I'll change tyres. Slow the car down. No. How am I up on this lap? It's been terrible. Ah, it's dirty air off WDP. No grip at all. Crap. And let's go in the pits. So I know from yesterday we need to be looking at what, a 45.0, something like that. I think the Audi did a 44.7, didn't he? Absolutely flying in the Audi. But considering like a really bad lap in the Porsche is still a 45 comfortably. The Porsche can definitely get into the 44s, sorry. I keep getting confused because of Nürburgring saying 54s. Yeah, the Audi's rapid. But are you on about in time trial or in online? Because time trial is different. Oh yeah, you can't base it off time trial. I can get a 44.3 or 4 in time trial if I wanted to. Never ever judge times from time trial because they're not the same settings. You run different settings. I don't want to get dirty air off WDP again. Oh, come on, people. I'm trying to find space and people keep making mistakes in front of me. Tyres are going to be so cold for this lap. Fuck off! Trying to get space. Alright, WDP, please say you're up to speed. Oh, come on, mate. Go! Go! What are you doing? Messed up. I braked too late into that corner. Lost a massive chunk of time there. Crap. Oh, I've messed it up. Right. Gonna probably be starting from P4 or 5 here. Getting into that final corner, really bad. Horrible lap. Bullshit. We were doing 45 zeros yesterday. And that was with, I think we did a 45.2 on our first lap. Just didn't get, the first lap would have been decent then if it didn't get an WDP slipstream. No, that's a shite qualifying time, that. I think Calster can definitely get in 44s, and I can definitely get 45.0. Yeah, the FR cars are shite in the wet. Like, the only one that can compete, well, I say compete, but it's still not strong, is the Mercedes. The Porsche isn't the best. I think the Audi's the best car for this. The Ferrari, Porsche, and Citroen are very, very equal. Pretty much all the MR cars by the Audi are equal, and then the Audi's just massively overpowered. Need to change that. I didn't change my brake bias. I had it on 5 to the bloody rear. 5 to the front. Going way too deep into the braking zone. Possibly a penalty there. How did I not get a penalty for that? I will read that when I've got time to actually read something. Zachary, thank you very much for the $2. Have you tried? No, don't use traction control. It slows you down. You just need to use throttle control rather than traction control. Thank you very much, Zachary, for that donation, by the way, mate. I appreciate it. I mean, traction control might help some drivers out, though. Bear that in mind, but for, like, myself, it's not the best thing to do. Oh, I went in too deep. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. So hard when you're in a slipstream to judge the braking. Whoa! Oh, stupid cat. What are you doing? Oh, I thought I binned it then. so hard. That Ford is just so powerful down the straight. It seems to be struggling a bit now, though. It's definitely doing better than we did yesterday, anyway. As soon as you get too close, the car becomes nearly undrivable. No, get out of the way, Cap. Look at that, it's so hard. As soon as you get within like 7/10, it becomes really tricky to drive these cars in the wet. Whoa, shit. Getting really tricky now when we're in the dirty air. I shifted a bit too early there. Oh shit! I tried to get on the power third gear really early and it just spun it up. I got really close. I got within 6/10 and it was like probably the closest I've been for a while. Ah. Braking too early now because I've not got the slipstream. Definitely got to look after the tyres better. Definitely better than what we did yesterday though. Got to limit that wheel spin a bit more. Stupid dial. Let's just go for it and see if we'll probably make a mistake, but try and use up the last bit of grip. Nah, I just haven't. The rear traction's not there anymore. Got excited then. Oh, this car is becoming really difficult to drive. That's kind of realistic. That, I mean, it's a bit too exaggerated, but I believe that FR cars are slower in wet conditions because of the weight distribution. Oh, 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 oh. He's going to get rid of that penalty though, isn't he, into turn 2? Do I launch it? No, I'm going to brake early and hope he outbrakes himself. Nah, he kept cool. At least the pace is better than yesterday. That's the problem, that once them rears start going, you slide even more, which takes even more life out of them. So important to look after the rear tyres for the race tomorrow. Because of his penalty. Oh well. Yeah, that's why I was trying to stay with him. But pace is definitely better. We should have finished probably on a 33. We had that mistake where I lost quite a big amount of time, but I don't think I can match Carlos around there. He's really fast, but he's always very fast around there. But I'm quite happy that the pace is better. Just got to keep working on that tyre wear for the wet. Just gradually was getting a bit too aggressive. You just got to keep it really smooth. So you've got to limit the wheel spin. Literally every corner you've got to be thinking in your head, 60% throttle, 60% throttle. As soon as you floor it, you're burning them rears up, and then the next time you come around the lap, it's going to do it even more. And then it starts going on the corners, which then takes even more life out of it. Yeah. I'm reasonably happy with how the pace is looking in the Porsche there. Oh. Right, that's going to be the last race for tonight. I'm shattered. What time is it? 9:45. But yeah, we're gonna oh, Moppet donated £2 free super chat. Key, would Citroen be a good shout for manufacturer? Yeah, 100%. Especially with these new races, because in Group 4 the fuel savings literally, if there's a long race where fuel savings needed in Group 4, the Citroen's going to be literally on fire, because it won't have to do any. You just drive it, like literally short shift at the perfect point, which is for acceleration as well, and you'll be sound. Also, it's got really good tire life on both Group 3 and Group 4. I know that Lightning was thinking of going Citroen. Whether he will, I don't know. But, yeah, it's definitely worth trying the Citroen out 100%. But I'm really happy I've put that brake mod on. Things seem a lot better with my tyre wear now. Hopefully this will be... We can look at... start improving again now, because the pace at Nürburgring was really good. Pace there was not bad. It was just a case of in the dirty air. Every time I got close to that Ford, the car just wanted to slide. You need to really be in clean air to look after your tyres. You have to open the cupboard to keep your TV on. Yeah. Oh, that was quite. I'm quite happy with everything tonight. I'm really glad I put that brake mod on. It seems to be improving the tyre life, in a big way as well. So I've just got to work on qualifying pace for Nürburgring. I think I can get down to a 45.5. Don't know if I can do better than that. It'd be interesting to see. Yeah, I'm finished now. We've been live for over 3 hours now. The missus is home from work, so going to put some telly on. Tomorrow we're going to go live, and I'll be hopefully doing the first race in Nations. So It's going to be an early start to the stream if I can get everything sorted in time. So we're going to probably be going live. Let's just double check. Is it 5? I think it's 5 o'clock. Yeah, I can get a 44 in qualifying if I get it right. We did a 45.0 yesterday with like full fuel. So I can definitely do it. I don't think it's worth fuel burning in wet conditions because I feel like a bit of weight helps the car a little bit. Keeps it a little bit more stable, enabling you to get on the power. Also probably reducing the power because your car's heavier, so the power to weight's lower. So it's easier to put the traction down, possibly. That could be one of the reasons as well. Let's just have a little look at this. Alright, so, oh no, 6 o'clock, the First Nations race. Ah. Alright, oh, that's okay. Oh yeah, so wait there. I'm going to be doing the First Nations race, then the second. I'm not going to do that. I mean, this isn't an important set. There's no way I'm doing, there's no way I'm doing the final one at 20 past 11. And then on this one, obviously, depending on whether the results we get, them two, there's no way I'm doing like that. I mean, it's an imaginary time anyway. I mean, what the hell? I mean, what? Is that changed? I thought it was 11:40. Why is it now 12:40? Oh, that. I'm not going near that. Bloody hell. Yeah, I won't be touching that. That's yeah, 12:40. So yeah, it goes down to 11:40 once our clocks change. But for now, 12:40. I ain't touching that. Imagine how dead them races are going to be. Some people will go in them for easy points. So this is the issue again, right? Like I know we shouldn't moan because it is good that they're doing stuff. But that race is going to be probably an easy race for someone to get quite easy points if they're in a shit car. Interesting. Yeah, ADR. But yeah, it could be still worth 2,000 something points. 2-2, something like that. And if you're in a crap car, say you're in an FR car, it could be worth going for it. But yeah, we need to change our... UK needs to go and change its times so that we're on the hour behind. So at least then... Yeah, so no one's going to really do that last race in this, man. No one in the UK. I don't think many in the UK will do it. So I'd say it's going to be a dead race. I think the most popular one will be the first two, and then it'll die off. Is there anything about the... Oh, yeah. Let's just check the... I want to check the final race, how long it is. 17 laps at... what track is that? Monza in Group 3. That's... How long would that be? I'm trying to work that one out. Would that be about 30 minutes or longer? I think that might be... I don't know how long that'll be. I think that's about 30 minutes again, isn't it? So it's about the same, yeah. I think it's 30 minutes. But that surely isn't. Yeah, they're all 30 minutes, aren't they? Pretty much, they're around the 30-minute mark. Let's see if there's any higher fuel ones. Times 4. That 28 laps at Brands Hatch Indy. Wonder if that. Do you think that'll be a fuel race times 4? That's going to need fuel saving, that isn't it? I don't know how long a lap will be in Group 4 around that Indy track. Interesting. $18.3. Well, what's this one here? Times 5. 30 laps of the centre track. That's a short track, isn't it? That won't even be 28. That might have fuel saving involved, but the pit stop is so short on there. That could help the Porsche though again. But that's only a short race though, because it's literally about... I think the lap's about 45 seconds in Group 3, something like that. But that's Group 3, that one. So the Porsche is really good for that one. Times 5 in Group 3 at Nürburgring. life. Yep. Group 4 times 4, 17 laps at Fuji. That's going to be a fuel saving. That definitely will be a fuel saving race, because that's a 30-minute race with times 4 fuel. I believe fuel that's going to need fuel saving that. So the Porsche again should be solid there, because the Porsche is a good car for that track. So yeah, I think that could be decent. The Cayman's tires, racing softs as well. Times interesting. Round 2 is 19 laps of Interlagos. Times 4 fuel with 19 laps, 1 minute 30. Shit, 19 laps. Yeah, so that's going to be about a 30-minute race again. I think that's a fuel-saving race as well. That will be because of the long... That's a lot of power zones, isn't it, on the back straight? But you can do a bit of fuel-saving in the middle sector. So some of these are possibly going to be a mandatory hard tyre, which they need to do something, though. Like we talked about this before, they need to make sure that a minimum of 3 laps or something like that, or we know what everyone will do. For example, at Interlagos, the medium tyre through the middle sector will gain you probably 9 tenths, something like that, and then on the traction, so you'll be about a second quicker. So what people will do, they'll do 8 laps, and then maybe 9 laps on the softs again. Then they'll pit, do 1 lap on the hard, because the pit lane loss will be not worth. Like, you'll gain more by doing the extra stop on the soft tires. Yeah, that's why I say so. The short pit stop's gonna favour doing the 1 lap on the hard. But I think they need to fix it. They need to change that, because it'll just be I mean, there'll be no point in them adding the compulsory tyre change if they're going to keep the tyres the way they are, or the pit lane the way they are. I don't mind fuel saving in Group 4 because I've got the Cayman. I love having a car that can actually race with fuel races now anyway. Let's just see what it says. The standard race will commence. Race schedule, blah blah blah. Right, race duration and the tyre requirement rule applied to in the World Tour events will also be introduced in online championship. Players must use each of the specified tyre compounds at least once during the race. In the event that this rule is not followed, a time penalty added to the player's post result. Rounds with time possible to check the required tyre. Matchmaking. After matchmaking. It says after matchmaking. So wait there, this... Oh, I might practice for tomorrow's race, you know. Because... let's just go on to the nations and check something. Let me just read something, because that's making me a bit worried that we might have to use the hards tomorrow. Let me just see what it says for round 1. See, it says there, right, it says, for rounds with tyre requirement rule active, it will be possible to check the required tyre compounds from the race details screen or the tyre requirement section of the bottom right of the race entry screen after matchmaking. After matchmaking, not before. Nah, I don't know. They can add stuff like that in Localster without... I believe they can make server-based changes. So wait there. It's not going to tell you until you actually get in the lobby. Is that what it's saying? Until you're in the lobby, you won't know whether it's a tyre requirement rate. Why don't they put it on the... That's a little bit worrying, that, because they can do updates based on server. Because if you remember when they had an issue at Goodwood with the track limits, they didn't update the game. They did it server based. Yeah, we know it's a new feature, but what we're saying is we don't... Like, I know they can do updates to stuff by server. They don't have to do it with an update to the game. They can actually do stuff server based. And it says there, tyre requirement section on the bottom right of the the entry screen after matchmaking. It states after the matchmaking. Or I don't know if it's saying race detail screen or the tire requirement section. Okay, right. So what it might be saying is, right, okay, it might not be tomorrow, because it says you can either check this part. No, but this, yeah, but Cal said because it says it might be this, because it says you can either check it here, obviously, where it will say minimum required pit stops, tire requirement none, or in the other section once you've entered the lobby after matchmaking for that other part. So that might be what it's saying there. So there won't be a tire requirement for this one. So that's what I believe it's saying. So yeah, this man's right. But that's because I think I'm hoping they know they've got to add some changes to the way they're going to enter the rules. Yeah, we know this, man. We're on there now. But the way it worded it when I first read it was that it won't show up until after the entry. But yeah. Yeah, it's just telling you where you can find it. So yeah, it'll be... No, there'll be no requirements for the first races. So when... Is there any information about an update yet? Such a good thing that, though. I can't wait for the seat. Like, this game, if they carry on making changes based on what we're saying as a community, these races could become... This game could become the best it's ever been, like, for so long. Like, I've not had FIA races that are as interesting as they are right now. I think a lot of people are going to come back to the game, which will be good. We just need a daily race D with these settings without any time trial. You just qualify in the lobby. You don't have to do any time trial. So for people that can't be arsed wasting time doing time trial, like I hate time trial. I would rather just have a daily race D where we can run similar settings to FIA. We go in there, we do a qualifying like FIA, and we do a 30-minute race. I would sit on them races. I'd do them all week, me. I love stuff like that. I just don't like time trialing. Like, a bit of pressure in qualifying, it'll get your qualifying better as well. It'll improve people's qualifying. Yeah, the time slots are a bit crazy, but for the UK, they're not too bad, really. We can do the first 2 slots okay, so I don't care. I'm only messing. There's nothing about an update, is there? No, I don't think it would be a I don't want a Super Bowl. I would just like a daily race D with a 10-minute qualifying. But they need to sort out the I'm hoping they're going to add some sort of fuel adjustment that we can do eventually. Who knows? They might be adding that in. They might be adding a fuel adjustment into the qualifying. It'd be interesting if they did. Yeah, I know that. For the UK, it will get better in a way because our first slot race will be 5 o'clock, and our last one will be 11:40 eventually. But even then, I wouldn't do the 11:40. But I'll be able to do the 3 Nations race hopefully once our clocks change. But I'm sure what we need to remember is they're going to change. They're listening. They're possibly going to change stuff. So let's just give them a chance to alter stuff based on feedback. Yeah, the fuel burn quali will. I think it will go. I think maybe not now. You know, you've got to give them a chance to code in something like that into a qualifying session where you can adjust fuel. Sounds really easy, but I bet you it's not as easy as you'd think. I bet you they've got to do a lot of going back into stuff and coding it, and it might not be as easy as we think. Decided not to do round 1 just to see what the in-lobby settings are. What do you mean, Tuscan? We know most of the lobby settings now. I'm more interested in the points. There's nothing about the point system. We need to know if the point system is going to be changed. Although I don't really care about exhibition season. We're just doing it for fun. But it'd be nice to see a change in the point system at some point. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream there. Looking forward to these races tomorrow. The tyre management seems much better with that little mod on. So let's hope I can get a decent result. Qualifying is going to be important, but it's going to be one of them you can overtake at Nürburgring, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming in the chat. I appreciate you all coming in. Thank you for all the donations, and thank you everyone for obviously talking away and joining in with the practices we've just done. If you want to leave a like on the stream, I do appreciate it. It does help the channel. I will see you all tomorrow for the FIA races. Not sure if we'll have a video out before or not. Possibly will be a video out. We'll see. But if not, it'll be streaming from 5:30 onwards through to, depending on whether we get the results. But I'm not doing the last slot races in nations or manufacturer. So I'll see you all soon. Have a great night, everyone, and hope you all have good FIA races if I don't see you before tomorrow. Night, everyone.